early on a Friday.
I don't drink coffee. I'm just
You
high
don't?
on life, ready to go. Coffee is for the faint of heart. K-Win don't need coffee. K-Win's got bits. Bits for days.
NFL schedule release.
NFL schedule is out. NFL fans are exciting. And it got me thinking back to 2002, I think. Jay-Z's album, Blueprint 2,
Ooh.
The Gift and the Curse. Because if you look at a lot of these schedules, it is a little easy. And some would say it's a gift. Now, most of the analysts are saying the Detroit Lions got the easiest schedule. But I'm here to tell you the Cincinnati Bengals have the easiest schedule. They play in the North. It's not that tough this year. They don't play the Bills this year. And they get the NFC South, man. They open up against the Bucks. They could probably beat that team. Or then they have 3 games against the Saints, Panthers, and Falcons. You said it best, auto wins. The Bengals have the easiest schedule. The hardest schedule, I'm not on this, the Bears have the hardest schedule, because the Bears have Ben Johnson and they'll figure it out, and they have Caleb Williams, so I'm not worried about that. I am worried about Jerry Martin's Miami Dolphins, because listen to this, Big Ben. They open up against these 5 teams. They open up in Vegas. Then they go to San Francisco. Then they come home to play the Chiefs. Then they go to Minnesota. And then they come back and play the Bengals. They could go 1-4 or 0-5. That is disastrous for Malik Willis or Quinn Ewers. I don't even know who's on that team anymore. What were your thoughts on the schedule release?
Well, I look at it this way: like the teams with the lowest percentage, they look at all what teams last year performed this way, lowest percentage. Of course, like the crappiest divisions are going to have the easiest schedule. The teams weren't good. I think it comes down. I mean, your Niners got stuck with 2 international games.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something, right? Like
Mexico City's an easy flight. That's like flying to like Chicago.
Fair. But Australia, Melbourne.
But here is the rub on that. That is the Rams' home game. So when they play the Rams again, they play in Levi. And if you're going to play against your division rival, don't you kind of want to see them early? If they're better than you on paper, you might actually get to eke one out.
Fair.
Because the Rams might be eating Vegemite, hanging out, drinking what? Moose and ale. It's that Canadian beer.
The Hawks, I mean, I think you look at, so the Hawks, Rams, and Niners basically had the same, right around 500 were the combined teams. Week 1 for me is interesting for the Hawks. Obviously the Patriots are coming in.
Yeah.
And
Super Bowl rematch.
And now here's the downside. Seattle people, I'll be nice to them. I wish it was in Vegas. The Patriots are playing in Vegas, Philly, or like Dallas. And so Vrabel will just get trolled.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely trolled. Like, I got a few ones for you. Hold on.
Ooh, I can't wait to hear this one. You just laughed before the bit.
Vrabel. Preload the bit. Vrabel, more chemistry with Husseini than his QB.
Wow.
New England's best connection is Vrabel to Rossini. Mike Vrabel's press coverage is better off the field.
Ooh. All good
bits. I just want to see how much of a distraction it's going to be to the team, right? Because New England's still good. Now, the Bills, I think, have bounced back and added where I don't think they'll end up where they were last year in the Super Bowl, nor in their division. But I think that game 1, if you're the Hawks fans, will set the tempo for the rest of the season. And honestly, the next best game in the Seahawks schedule, bookend. If I'm going to 2 games,
okay.
2 games, Hawks schedule. Week 1 and week 17.
Okay, yeah.
Against the Rams.
Where's that game?
I believe that game is in LA. So I'm going to 1 home game Starting at home,
Okay.
and then I'm going to LA for that last game.
Love it. I don't think the Pats are going to make the playoffs. Last year, they had one of the easiest schedules. They snuck up on people. They're coming into the season with so many distractions. And are they going to get A.J. Brown? When are they going to get A.J. Brown? Diggs isn't there. I think the Pats are going to get smacked by Seattle. It's going to send them in a spiral, and they're not going to make the playoffs. But I do like those two picks. You want to hear my Niner games?
Yes.
The road game is hard because they're in Melbourne against the Rams. They are in Mexico City against the Vikings. They also go to Dallas to play the Cowboys. That's a bit of a rivalry. They go to New York, and then they go to Seattle. Like, I like to see how they stack up against the Super Bowl champs. But I got to go to Melbourne. This is the first NFL game in Australia, and it's a home opener, and it's against the Rams, and it's Shanahan against McVay. That's the road game that I'm going to. And it's week 1. Like, you can't miss week 1.
You cannot. I'm going to be interested to see how Australia just takes to the game, because they're tried and true rugby. Like, that's their game. That's their national sport, I think. Now it's going to be played on a cricket field too, which is interesting. Like that, you're right. There's going to be a lot of firsts going on in that game. How much would
give
you?
Me my road or my home game? Home game. I thought we were going to go 2 games, so I'm going to give you 2. Week 9 against the Raiders, because in the Bay Area, there's still that Raiders-Niners tension. Even though Las Vegas Raiders play in Vegas, there's a lot of Raiders fans in California and in the Bay Area. That's the game. I also like week 7 against Philly, because Philly's going to be in the hunt somehow, some way. So you kind of want to see how you stack up against them. It's later in the season. It's closer to the playoffs. It's a barometer of potential success for the future. So those are the 2 home games I'd like to see. And it's Sunday Night Football.
Hawks have 7 primetime games.
That's what you get with your Super Bowl champs.
How many of those games were?
You don't even get the NFL Network.
No, you don't. You could get the little satellite that you stick to your window. Boom, you're running. My question to you: you are a Seattle Seahawks fan.
Ooh, I like
you look at all these away games. They are like, I don't want to go to RFK Stadium. I don't really want to. Well, Glendale's fine. Sure, I can go to Mile High, go to San Fran. I don't want to go to Philly in December. Nor do I want to go to Carolina in January. So my only one that I'm looking at, and Seattle fans I think have been waiting for this. How much, Winn, would you pay to go watch the Las Vegas Raiders? I already know how much a hotel costs for a couple nights. I already know how much flights are. How much would you pay if you were a Seattle fan?
Okay, so it's November 15th.
Mm-hmm.
So it will be a little chilly at night. Tickets are as low as $283.
So yeah.
But I'm going to spend a lot of money at the tables, playing craps. If this is my one road game for the year, I would probably pay $450. I would go up to $450 a ticket.
I'm talking, how much are you going to pay for? How much? Someone says, we'll get you there. You're going to have a hotel. You're going to have $500 cash each day to gamble. You're going to have a $500 ticket. So
you're saying how much would I spend on the weekend?
On the weekend. I'm talking the weekend.
Well, there's how much I would want to spend and how much I'm going to spend. I mean, that.
What's your breaking point?
I mean, our listeners are going to find out a lot about K-Winn's travel. I mean, I probably would spend, probably $3,500.
Yeah.
Right?
I think that's like a good weekend. That's the breaking point for a good weekend.
And that's not even throwing in some nice dinners, right?
No.
You go to Vegas, I'm ordering everything on the menu. I'm probably taking action on most of the NFL games.
Yes, you have to. You're not eating Chick-fil-A off the strip.
No.
You got to stick around. You're 3,500 plus. 3,500 is like you're not at the Cosmo, you're not at the Winn. You're probably
at the Flamingo.
Yes, exactly.
I think the Flamingo's closed. Probably the Hooters Hotel.
You're at the Hooters Hotel, but you're getting a ticket to the
I would like to pay 3,500, but Vegas is so expensive. You're probably paying close to 4,000, 4,500 a flight. I'm assuming a flight's probably 600 bucks.
Yep. No, 600 one way.
Okay.
Like, because you don't, yeah, like you have to measure this, right? Like, what happened when that schedule was released? Every Seahawks fan, proverbially, and every degenerate gambler. So it's like you could have a marginal Seahawks fan, but a biggie, heavy, degenerate gambler. Boom, they're going.
Yeah.
Drives up costs. So that's probably, yeah, I think you're 600 each way. That's 1,200. Your hotel's another probably 400 a night if you're doing decent.
Yeah.
That's $2,000. Get in 2,500. Yeah, accoutrements up on top of that. You're looking at $5,000 for a really, really good
like
time.
room service, eggs Benedict, Belgian waffle,
Exactly.
like large Pellegrino. That's probably like $70 a day for breakfast.
Exactly. And your team loses.
But you listeners do not lose because you're here with us. And each and every week, we have a brand new episode. So welcome to Big Ben and K Win. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. If you're an audio podcast person, we're on Spotify. We've got video on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're anywhere you get your audio podcast. Also, subscribe, thumbs up, give us a 5-star review. It will really help us out on social media at Big Ben Kwin _, at Big Ben Kwin _. That is Threads, that is X, that is TikTok, that is Instagram. Don't forget to follow the Discord. We talk NFL schedule, we talk Niners, Hawks, little Raiders. We're going to talk a little NBA. We're going to talk a little Lane Kiffin and much more. What do you want to get started?
We talked NFL. Why don't we go to NBA playoffs? Big game tonight.
Huge game.
Huge.
And there's 2 games, 2 closeout games, 2 game 6s. We've got Pistons at Cavs. And
boring.
We've got
That is
Spurs.
just boring.
Well, who's going to win that game?
Who cares? If you
It's a great point.
If you have so much time in the day and you have 2 TVs on in front of you, Cavs Pistons game is going to go on this one, Spurs Wolves, and you have to turn off one. 99% of the people are turning off the Cavs Pistons. I don't think it's that interesting, that intriguing. Marginal stars, like it's just.
Cade Cunningham is a star. He doesn't have any help around them. That's why they're going to lose.
He's a star in the same way Donovan Mitchell's a star. Like until he breaks through, like until he wins a championship, he won't be a star. He's not elite. He's not.
I'm not laughing at you. Something just popped in my head. Remember when Keyshawn Johnson was going against Wayne Corbett? Sure. And he called him, he's a flashlight. I'm the star. So you're saying Donovan Mitchell and Cade Cunningham are flashlights.
Exactly.
I love it. And I can't argue with that. I was listening to, I think it was Ryan Russillo this week, and he said, remember how Steph was must-watch TV? Like Steph gets on a heater, it's like NBA jams. Wemby is much-watch TV, and you're right. Like if Wemby's playing, I'm watching. I want to see what he does on both sides of the ball.
You have to. And there's no one like that in the other series, right? What am I going to see Donovan Mitchell go one-on-one off a screen and hit a fadeaway and like played out? Wemby is the new it.
Yeah.
Must see TV.
Must see whatever Wemby. You're doing.
Must see Wemby.
Must see Wemby. I like it. And there's so much to it because the NFL is almost, or excuse me, the NBA is a little bit like a soap opera where like you love the drama, you love the storylines, like they're getting physical with Wemby. He doesn't back down. He gives him the elbow. He comes back and smacks him. It's going to be a great series. I can't wait till they win tonight and then they play OKC because they are a real legitimate threat to be the Oklahoma City Thunder.
They're not a real legitimate threat. We should be talking about the inverse. The OKC might be a legitimate threat to beat the Spurs. Like just because records aside, take the individual records.
Wait, so you're on OKC?
No, hold on. Let me finish. OKC got smushed 4 times by the Spurs in the regular season. 4 times. 4 times. They only won one. Like the difference between those two teams standing side by side is like you take OKC's formula, right? Control the ball, don't turn it over, like judicious on offense. Let Shea work off the dribble or work off the dribble off the screen, get guys running the hoop. Like that just doesn't work against the Spurs. It doesn't. So you
No.
have to come up with a whole new plan. And it didn't work in the regular season. So the question should be, can OKC beat the Spurs? Not can the Spurs
Ooh.
beat OKC?
So we're not chasing OKC. OKC is
It's
now the
chasing
underdog.
us.
You're right.
That's
Because
what
if
I'm
you
saying in the locker room. Listen, better record, throw it out. We beat them 4 times. They only beat us once. Have you seen GOAT? I'm going to give you an analogy. So GOAT's a movie produced by Stephen Curry. It's a kid's show, but it's amazing. It's based in Vineland. Vineland's never had a winner, and this GOAT comes and plays. And towards the end, he goes, listen, the coach goes, listen, if you're going to be good, you've got to learn how to shoot over people because he's small. SGA is going to get that same thing. You got to learn how to shoot over Wemby. Like he's going to have to like throw it to the, rafters. The narrative isn't can the Spurs beat OKC. It's can OKC beat the Spurs.
I like it. Must see Wemby. And you're right, because if you watch Shea, they're saying he brought back the mid range. He can shoot the three, but a lot of the time he gets in the lane and he finishes. And you could do that against the Lakers because they don't really have a legitimate shot blocker like Aiden and Hayes. No one's scared of him. And Phoenix Suns don't have a shot blocker. You can't do that against the Spurs. So Wemby neutralizes Shea. He disrupts Chet. And then, oh, by the way, you have like Castle and Harper. What no one's talking about, and I might get a little heat from this, but I don't care. Harper might be the best offensive weapon on the Spurs, like closing out Portland, closing out the fourth quarter when Wemby is out. He's more efficient than De'Aaron Fox. He can finish any way he wants. Wemby is great and is dominant, but Harper, imagine if he had more touches and more opportunity. That's what makes the Spurs so scary is they can beat you all these different ways. Now, I know OKC has depth, but I think that depth is neutralized by Wemby and Castle's defense.
You'd like to say that Chet can neutralize Wemby, but you can't. Like you just can't. And listen to these scores. Listen, Spurs beat them by 2 back on December 13th. 20 on the 23rd December. Spurs beat them by 15 on Christmas Day. Like 3 days later. These aren't like, oh, they eke by. It's like they understand how to beat OKC.
Yeah.
And the thing that I saw in the box scores is Wemby didn't have to be the offensive pivot point. They didn't have to run the offense through him. He was doing more of his stuff on the defensive end. And I think to your point with Dylan Harper, they're comfortable doing that because they have additional scores in and around Wemby, like Harper, like Castle, like Fox can fill it up if need be too. And I don't think other
we haven't
teams
even talked about the 6th man of the year, Keldon Johnson, as well.
And we all know I think we know who OKC is. I think the Spurs are still evolving. Like they haven't had all the pieces. They haven't had Fox the entire year. They haven't had Wemby the entire year. So it could be a sweep.
Yeah.
The data says it could be a sweep. Maybe it should be a sweep.
I don't think it will be because OKC is still a great team. I think it's going to go 7.
It will.
It's going to be great.
It is good. And it will be, the downside is just let them play best 2 out of 3 series. Just let that.
We're not going to get enough of that series.
Right. Those are the teams you want to see. I don't want to see them play Detroit or.
It's going to be the Knicks.
Holy run out of town. Nixon.
If it's Knicks OKC, I don't care if there's a West Coast pod. I'm rooting for the Knicks. We're going to get a little timeshare, me and you in Hoboken. We're going to be out there.
Let's do it.
My first time in Hoboken. It's going to be 10 years later.
I think the Spurs are closer to a dynasty than OKC is. I'll say that.
I agree. I was telling my buddy this. Shout out to Corey. I don't know if he listened to this podcast. if the Spurs lose, if the Spurs don't win an NBA title, they're trading De'Aaron Fox. They're putting Harper in the starting lineup, and they're going to get what they need is a 4. Because right now, Champagny is Vassell are kind of playing 3-4. They're going to get a stretch 4. So they still have their 3 best players, Harper, Wimby, and Castle, for a long time. And if they can flip Fox for another asset, a stretch 4, look out. Wimby is going to do Defensive Player of the Year and MVP, and the Spurs are going to win the next 5 titles.
I think they win a title, to be honest. They win a title, and then they go out and get a veteran. Like a veteran 4. They
But do you keep Fox after seeing Harper? After seeing Harper, and Harper's got to start.
Yeah. I get it. Harper, at some point, right? You don't want to give away Fox. I don't think if there's a market for him, sure. But if there isn't, like, you have a tangible known commodity, right? And there's less pressure on Harper. I think that's what you want. You don't want to bring along a guy too quickly where it's like, all right, we've seen what you can do. Now do it every night. Yeah. Like, that's hard. I think Fox would be that team's young. They're still young. Like, you need guys around that when the times are tough are like, whoa. We're okay. Rather than, throwing elbows at guys' heads.
So we're not going to even talk about the Timberwolves because it's just a foregone conclusion.
No, I've told you, no more Timberwolves. No more Timberwolves. Okay. Like
I do have a stat for you which reinforces this, big man. So the Spurs have won their 3 games this series by an average margin of 24.7 points. The Timberwolves wins, they have 2 of them, average margin of 3.5. So they're like barely, and one of those wins was without Wemby. So the Spurs are going to smack them tonight.
I think so. Yes, and I'll watch. It will be.
I'll watch too.
Oh man, I want to go find a
Spurs bar.
Yeah, right.
All right, we move on to Lane Kiffin.
Yes, and I asked you. We got to talk Lane. I was listening to the radio the other day, and we've had him on before. John Wilner. You're familiar with Wilner? So Wilner comes on weekly. He's a good segment guy. But he's like, everyone is talking about Lane. Like, and the reason there's kind of an unsaid thing amongst coaches, once you leave, you don't talk about the previous team in any derogatory sense.
It's like when you break up with your girlfriend, you don't talk about her anymore.
No.
Let it go.
What does that say about you?
Exactly.
Right?
You can't move on.
Exactly. And so you know what I've liked about Goulding and all this? I'm not going to say anything. Just let it be, right? And then Sark kind of, I don't know what's going on there. There's an odd little thing going on in the SEC. Like, let's
Sark buddies with Kiffin?
I don't know. Maybe they're drinking buddies back in the day. Both those guys like to booze. I mean, come on.
I think both of them are sober now.
Yeah, I think they both are. And so my question to you is, Kiffin is a villain in all this. Like, he loves to. There's reports that he was trying to take Chambliss to LSU before he signed the deal. Like,
that's 100% true, and I don't even need to look that up.
Pressure testing. Who does that?
Hey, Kiffin does.
Who is he though? He's. So my question to you: there's a lot of fictional villains out there. Who is Lane Kiffin?
So I thought about this on the plane. I was flying back home last night. Lane Kiffin is not a villain. He is not a social media genius. He is a good football coach. Notice I said good, not great. He is Draymond Green. He is the Draymond Green of college football. And what I mean by that is he wants his name out there in the algorithm and the media and the clicks. So he comes up with things to say, to poke and to stir, because he always wants to be in the mix in the offseason. The same's true with Draymond. He's not playing this postseason. We're still talking about him because he's talking about Steve Kerr. He's picking a fight with Austin Rivers. Like, he's doing all these things. He even attacked Charles Barkley on TNT. He is Draymond. Draymond is Lane. And I think we're at a point in this world, and it's very unfortunate, is like you got to get your name out there and relevant. So you got to say and do things for like your podcast, your media to get recruits. And Draymond wants to be relevant and Lane wants to be relevant. So that's why they just say stuff. They say stuff for clickbait.
They do. They do. Okay, here's a liner for you. Lane Kiffin coaches football like a guy who knows the internet is watching.
Exactly.
Like he does it just to see his name. Like he goes and plays pickleball with co-eds just so like, oh.
It's very intentional what he's doing.
Remember the term no news is bad news?
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to like, at least I'm relevant. People are still talking about me, good, bad, or indifferent, right? The only way you can change any narrative is on the field with wins now, right? However, I would have likened him to. You ever seen Deadpool?
Oh yeah, great movie. Ryan Reynolds.
Oh my goodness, where you're just like, how is this guy a superhero? How does he do anything? He's a jackass. He's an absolute dickhead. But somehow he does something, right? It's like it's not as though he knows anything more than any other coach. I don't think that's the truth. To your point, I don't think he's a great coach. I just think, to exactly what you said, he knows recruits. No longer look at, is he an X's and O's guy? Is he, does he live by good morals? Is he making me a better person? He wants you here so that you also get your name in lights.
Correct.
Right? And you, along with me, subsequently go do what you want to do. Or you get paid more, right? He knows because NIL deals have funneled into LSU. Nike's got to deal with them now. Like, it's working. Yeah. Until someone pulls money away from him, it's working. He's the highest paid coach. Like, it's ridiculous that we are rewarding a guy of this level, I think is what you look at.
Internet troll.
Paul Feinbaum would tell you Lane Kiffin is the last thing we want in college football.
Yeah.
We like and the other side of it, Lane goes, I'm going to go exploit college football because they're going to let me. And it's ridiculous. It's the NCAA has allowed guys like Lane Kiffin to succeed. Because you're right. He was run out of USC. He was run out of Tennessee. He was, Ole Miss was a stepping stone.
Run out of the Raiders.
He was run out of everywhere. And now he is the highest paid coach and they're giving him the bag.
Yeah.
They're giving him $40 million to go get players.
The good thing about Lane is he knows how to market and position himself for his next career job.
Sure. He'll be the Saints head coach for a little bit. Seriously.
But he does it completely different than Cignetti. Cignetti's like, all business, I'm just going to win, and you're going to come to my program because I'm going to win. And
Right.
Lane's like, I'm going to go play pickleball. I'm going to go poke and make fun of our rivals. And there's two ways to do it. I think time will tell which is the better way, but one of them already has a national championship, and one will be at a new coaching job in 3 years.
I hope Lane gets canceled. Like I think, candidly, he's an okay guy. I think I don't know. There's a little, I think it's the ego. You think it's the ego? I think that the ego is bigger than the kind of humbleness. Like the humbleness says, Lane, you probably shouldn't do that. The ego says, screw that guy. We're going to do it anyway. And that's where he ends up. But the downside is it's worked.
Yeah.
It has worked. And to your point, for every Cignetti, there's probably, and the unfortunate part, if it continues to work, other people are going to do it.
Well, we were talking about this before we got on. Like, there's people that weren't good in sports, weren't cool in high school or junior high. Like, this is Lane's cool moment.
This is.
So he wants all the attention on him.
This is his peak. And he'd rather be cool than, if he can be cool and have a winning program, that's great. Yeah. But some would say, like, the ultimate definition of kind of your impact on a program isn't necessarily taking the most money and buying the best players. It's maybe taking the same amount of money as similar programs and making the best players out of those people or out of those athletes.
With all this being said, he's going to get great players because He's in the SEC, and he's at LSU, and he is. I don't know if he's a good coach, but he is a great offensive mind. So he's going to get weapons. He's going to be in the NFL, or excuse me, he's going to be in the college football playoff. I don't know if he's going to win a title, but there will.
Well, if Lane's go, I think I agree with you, and I think Lane hopefully is smart enough to do this, where you go be the kind of evangelist. You're the villain. You're the recruiter. I get guys in the door, and then you have the guy, your offensive coordinator, your defensive coordinator, your strength and coordinating trainer. Like those guys are molding them.
Yeah.
Right. Because certainly I couldn't take Lane Kiffin seriously if he's telling me what to do at any given time.
Should we get out of here?
That might become a euphemism. Like, quit Lane Kiffin me. Like, you can't go out there and dump over trash cans and then tell me to pick up a piece of trash. Like, that's not how it works.
But, so is that the same thing as gaslighting, Lane Kiffining?
Sure.
Don't Lane Kiffin me.
Don't Lane Kiffin me. I saw you. Like, you don't have moral high ground here. Like, come on.
I saw your record. You're not a great coach. Don't Lane Kiffin me.
You've been at 7 other universities. You're not loyal. Like, get out of here.
You have no morals. You tried to take a new job when you had a current job and tried to steal a player and bring him to your school.
Yes. What do you have, Mr. Kiffin? Like, what are you operating on?
I'm running on a big bank account.
Don't become Lane Kiffin.
No.
Do not become Lane. It'll probably be a course.
Let's get out of here.
All right. At Big Ben KWin _ on Instagram, X, or wherever you're getting your social media. We're on Facebook as well. You can also find our video podcast on Spotify at Big Ben KWin _ I thought you were going by K Wimby.
I might after they win a title. I'll wait to change my birth certificate to K Wimby.
K Wimby. You can find us wherever you're getting your podcasts, Apple Podcasts. We're also on Discord as well. Follow us there. God, we got the NBA's heating up.
Yeah.
MLB's still a little on, but then the NFL season's.
Ever since I got that Mariners hat, Cal Raleigh, IR, can't hit. Are you going to blame me?
I already have.
Good, because I'm going to Seahawks hat then.
Oh, please. Actually, you just.
You know what? I should get an LSU hat.
You should.
They'll be done. The course of K-Win. Buy me an LSU hat.
Purple looks good to you. Let's make a bet that I'll lose intentionally and then get you an LSU. Boom.
Boom.